Part 3, Lessons 17, Water Sport. 1. Why do people have a good time when they near water? I'm not actually sure why, but I suppose is because being near waters is a kind of relaxing activity that sort of make you feel like you are in a dreamy state. For example, when you are floating on the water and looking up toward the sky, you feel like you are in a different world without stress and pressure. Also, there is nothing better on a hot day to jump in a nice cool body of water. It's so refreshing to feel those first few splash or cool breeze against your body. 2. What are some of the key benefits and drawbacks of water transport? That is something I haven't thought about much before. I guess that when transporting goods or people by water, the boat or ship is able to hold a lot more than with what a car and truck can hold. Another benefit is that you don't have to create any roads or train tracks. The rivers and sea are already there. As for disadvantage, one thing that comes to my mind is that it is a slower process. Crossing the ocean by plane can be done in less than a day, but by ship it can take a week. The vessels can also pollute the water, which isn't good for some of endangered sea life. 3. Was transport by water more important in the past than is nowadays? Yes, it seems so. Nowadays, we have airports, train tracks, and roads all over the place. It is easy and fast to go just about anywhere by any means. Before the turn of the last century, however, we have very little of that. Many people used to have to get around by horse on very very bumpy and sometimes is even muddy pathways or trails. The best vehicle for long distance travel at that time seemed to be wooden ships. They used the waterway system, and they were the equivalent of our roads or tracks. We had to greatly rely on them, and it's no wonder that towns had to be located near lakes and rivers. 4. Why has water become an important resource? While it's certainly true that we we are made mostly out of water and all plant and animal need it to survive. Uh, Without this substance, there would be no more life on our planet. Just imagine that imagine that uh, we need to drink it daily and it needs to be clean without any large trace out of toxic pollutant. uh, right now many of us take waters for granted because there is a such a large supply of it. However, there is a fear can, that this can change the future, and although uh, and, I hate to think about it, it could cause major disputes and maybe even worse. Right now, in fact, there are regions of the world that are suffering horribly. I believe there might be around 1 billion people in the world without access to drinking water. Uh, in there is in these areas, water is a primary concern for them. Is a big problem that should be resolved.